Raider Nation! It's your boy Mikey Raider coming to you in preparation for the Raiders versus the Bears on Sunday morning football. That's right, my ears got a little bit of wax in it. Why? Because I've been hearing a lot of rumors about our team. Every week it's something new. And this whole week has been the trade deadline is approaching. Will the Raiders trade somebody and get a defensive lineman? Is Davante Adams a diva? He even had a press conference where he said, it's not about wins and losses. And that rubbed people the wrong way. It's about greatness. And that rubbed people some way. Raider Nation is divided on the left, on the right, every time of night. It's like up ways and sideways, and down ways and left ways, and in ways and out ways. It's like Willy Wonka up in this beer. Please hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe button, because you know you are a fan of the Raiders. Regardless of the turmoil, you know you're a fan of Mikey Raider, the originator of whatever this YouTube thing possibly is. Please hit that like, that subscribe button. Consider donating, supporting, buying me some tacos. And a quick word of warning, I will be going live for the Lions Monday night football game and any primetime game this year, if there's any left. But we're not here to talk about that. That is next week. That is in the future. Is where that lies, as apparently the greatness of the Raiders. They all lied together. I don't understand that statement, and I'm sticking to it. And our motto is supposed to be just win, baby. But you know what? It's just win, maybe? We got a lot to talk about on today's mini episode. We are going to preview, from my perspective, the Bears versus the Raiders, which is a good game, hence why I'm wearing the sweater. And I'm wearing the hats to make you warm, because we're playing in Chicago. I believe we are. That's how much I care. I haven't really looked into it that much. But we're playing in Chicago, the Windy City, the city that everybody seems to get shot at every weekend. And the mayors, and okay, that's politics. Stay away from that. But that city is being run by a bunch of buffoons, just like our Las Vegas Raiders. So let's just quickly harp on the Davante Adams turmoil that I talked about in a previous video. Did pretty well, where I spoke facts, because that's all I do. I mean, if you don't know, now you know. Davante Adams is disgruntled. Davante Adams is pissed off. The offense, people want to call him a diva. It should be about winning, not your greatness. Stop being selfish. Blah, blah, blah. Six, boom, bah. Rah, rah, rah. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Remember that when you were on baseball? Every time you lost, the other team would be like, 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? You're a stupid butch. Then one of our gangster baseball players would be like, Pat! F-A-F-O. F around and find out. That's before everybody got a participation trophy. Just for playing. You're a champion. Why? Because you played. All right, but Davante Adams spoke up, and he effed around, and this week we are going to find out. We are going to find out officially. Well, we've already found out what Josh McDaniels can do in this offense, and how he phases out certain players in favoritism of other players, how he builds the offense around one player every week. Again, whether it's strategy or skills, it ain't working properly. It's pissing people off, and it ain't working. He refuses to bring input from other people aboard the Raider train. And it pisses people off, and they have to talk in press conferences. Then, just to reiterate this fact, Max Crosby spoke the other day on the Pat McAfee show. Max Crosby also said, "Oh, we love Josh McDaniels." And everybody was like, why is everybody hating on Josh McDaniels? If our leader of the defense said everybody loves him, it's not my words, believe it, we love him. Well, watch that interview. Is he gonna talk bad about Josh McDaniels coming off of a victory? No. Publicity is coming his way. Is he gonna become negative the first time he gets big publicity on the Pat McAfee show and other shows like that? No. He's got a podcast. He's got a brand he's building, which I love him for it. He's awesome. But is he going to come negative and with the critique like Devontae possibly has against Josh McDaniels? No. He's going to say and do all the right things because that's what he's going to do. But if you clearly listen to Max Crosby's words in that podcast, yes, he said the players love him. Okay, fine. Derek Carr loved everybody. Devontae loves everybody. Max Crosby loves everybody. It's a fucking love fest out there for the Raiders. Everybody loves everybody. But Max Crosby in that interview, he also says on many occasions, not one, not two, not three, but like 4 times, he did say, oh, Josh is doing a good job. He understands the defense. He didn't mention anything about the offense. Max Crosby was speaking on Josh McDaniels' behalf about the defense. Oh, he knows everything about the defense, man. He knows our in route, our this route. He knows everything about the defense. Well, Max Crosby, if he's a good coach, can you please mention his knowing of the offense? No, because you can't speak on that. You're not on the offense. But Josh McDaniels loves everybody. Everybody loves Josh, and Josh knows the defense in and out. Okay. You also said, Max Crosby, that he's consistent, he's there every day, and he's consistent, and he's there every day. You said those 2 things probably 10 times in that interview. That is not a recommendation of glowing aspects. If you guys like me, Mikey Raider, yeah, everybody loves him. Not me, but everybody loves Mikey Raider. You know, one thing about Mikey Raider is he's consistent. He's always there. Everybody loves him. He's consistent, and he's always there. It doesn't make me good. Doesn't make me loved by that particular person. That's what he said about Josh McDaniels, is he's consistent and he's always there. That's what Max Crosby said. That's not a good thing. It is if you're going to school and you don't want to be marked absent. Being consistent and always there is a good thing then. But it's not a good statement from Max Crosby in gratitude, where I don't know why these Raider fans or Raider reporters or whatever are like, if it came out of Max Crosby's mouth, why am I going to listen to the fans that hate Josh McDaniels? Those are idiots. I'm going to listen to the words from Max Crosby. I'm going to trust, they came out of Max Crosby's mouth, not mine. He said it, not me. So I love him. I'm going to get on the Josh McDaniels bandwagon again. Plus, we've got 2 wins in a row. Again, listen to the words. He's consistent. He's always there. He's consistent. He's always there. He knows everything about the defense. He knows everything about the defense. Oh, he's doing a good job. Everybody loves him. Max ain't lying. He's just avoiding certain negative aspects, and he's not going to talk about it. So you reporters and Twitter people and Instagram people, come on, man. Come on. See the truth behind the BS. All right, that being said, we got the Raiders versus Bears. We got controversy coming into this game, and we all know what's going to happen. A victory. But don't think so fast. Why? Because in Raider history, if you are a Raider fan of many years and you understand what happens with the Raiders, this is a trap game. It's a trap. Like the movie Star Wars. It's a trap. It's a trap game. Justin Fields will not be playing, or he's doubtful, but with the thumb that was dislocated and put back in place. So we got some guy, I don't even know his name, Blake, Groupie, Bajan, Tyrus, Bajan, Tyler, Bajan. I don't know. His dad is a hand wrestler of successful nature, an arm wrestler, and he's very famous. And Tyler Bajan, or whatever his name is out of a division in college that doesn't really produce NFL athletes. And that's what always happens to the Raiders, is some quarterback comes out of nowhere. Nick Mullins. Baker Mayfield. Some quarterback barely is on a team and comes out and beats the Raiders. That is the history. That is the narrative. And we all know that it could happen. So am I going to just call out a victory like every single person without trepidation? Nope. I've seen the NFL script. Now we got Davante Adams wanting the ball, asking for it in an A.J. Brown fashion from week 2. Davante is going to be targeted this week, and the Bears know it. So, what's the game planning going to be? Will it be another game planning of where they target Davante Adams and he's double and triple teamed, and our quarterback, that we haven't even spoke about who's going to be the starter, but our quarterback, will they throw the ball into that coverage and make it happen? That's what Davante was saying. He goes, I'm going to be double teamed, triple teamed on every play. You know, they need to scheme up the game, not only for me to possibly be open, but they got to scheme up the game strategy to where the quarterback, no matter what he sees, needs to get Davante the ball at certain moments in double coverage. He needs to be able to be a professional quarterback and make that on a dime pass, right across the middle, right over the top, on the left shoulder, wherever, down low, in between double or triple coverage. That is what Davante is saying. He's had quality quarterbacks that know how to do that. That they're not afraid and they just disappear like technically Jimmy Garoppolo has been doing. You know, they're scheming to get Davante open. They're scheming to only have one player on him or in zone coverage. They got to stop scheming that way. They got to scheme that way, but then if Davante is still double covered, he's the go-to guy. And a professional quarterback needs to make those passes. That's what Davante is saying. I'm brought here to win, to help you guys win, and we can't win unless I'm a big, big, big component of the winning. Not just being a decoy or getting me injured from bad quarterback play. That is what he's saying. Not being a diva. He knows that he wants stats and he wants game strategy to go his way because he knows winning will come with that. But on the flip side of that, this year, whenever Davante Adams has a big game, we lose. whenever Jacoby Myers is targeted, apparently we've won. That's the MO this year. And that's what's in Josh McDaniels' head. So what will Josh McDaniels do this week? Well, he will make an effort to get Devontae the ball. He will. And the Bears will know it. This is going to be a coaching game and a physical game. And it's a lot closer than people are saying. But with our defense looking as good as they have been against a hobbled Bears offense at many key positions, even running back, with Khalil Herbert out, they're going to have Deontay Foreman, Darrington Evans, and there still is no word if Roschon Johnson is off of concussion protocol. He may be a game-time decision. But they got the quarterback, Tyler Bajan, whatever, and it's still going to be closer than anybody thinks. Now, for the Raiders side of the ball, what quarterback are we going to start? Jimmy Garoppolo still has a hurt back. On my back. People were yelling at me saying, how dare you? He went to the hospital, Mikey Raider. He went to the hospital. They thought it was serious damage. How dare you say he should have, toughened up and went back in the game? How dare you, Mikey Raider? Well, what, did they find anything at the hospital? No. It was negative. And I'm saying, I remember a certain quarterback or two or three playing with a busted rib and a punctured lung. Drew Brees at one point in his career and toughing out the rest of the game. But I'm still sticking to it. If Glass Joe knew the difference between pain, because every week it's something for him, he would have got the x-ray and seen that nothing was punctured and maybe toughened it out and came back into the game. But it's Jimmy Garoppolo. So the Raiders had a choice this week, either to play Brian Hoyer, who many people say, oh, he looked good last week, or Aiden O'Connell in replacement of Jimmy Garoppolo, as Aiden O'Connell played a couple of weeks back when Jimmy was out with a concussion. Now, the word just came out a couple of hours ago, about 4 hours ago, that Josh McDaniels has made a final decision and the quarterback will be but Brian Hoyer. Okay, well, before we get my opinions on that, let's just talk about why that was his decision. And I'm just going to throw this out there. Do you wear your flip-flops every day? I know Josh McDaniels does. He's definitely a flip-flop wearer. Flippity-flop, flippity-flop. I don't know who I should play flippity-flop. Well, what does the decision about Brian Hoyer mean overall? It means he's a better quarterback, Mike. We all know it. No. Look into the decision-making from a couple of weeks back. Brian Hoyer was brought in to be the backup. Brian Hoyer always dressed as the backup. Aiden O'Connell was a healthy and active and not the backup for all those weeks. Then we were losing a ton of games. Then Jimmy Garoppolo got a concussion. Then we went into practice that week and all Raider fans wanted Aiden O'Connell. We all know that Brian Hoyer was the backup. And at practice that week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever they practiced, Brian Hoyer was the starting quarterback. Up until Saturday afternoon. Then they decided, in my opinion, through peer pressure, to make Aiden O'Connell the starter. I believe Mark Davis mentioned something to him. They fell to fan pressure. And Josh McDaniels was on a losing streak. And he said, all right, screw it. I got to please the owner. I got to please the fans and try my best. Okay? So, the whole year, Brian Hoyer is brought in to be that guy to back up Garoppolo in games and to be the starter as the second string. But he went with Aiden O'Connell. It was good. We all wanted it. We all wanted to see it. Aiden O'Connell did his best. We didn't get a victory, but he looks promising still, to say the least. Now, look at the reason they made the decision to make Brian Hoyer the starter this week people are saying it's because Brian Hoyer looked good and he had a deep ball in the last game and we got the victory. Well, no, it's because we're winning. We've won 2 games in a row. And he doesn't have to bow down to peer pressure from the world, even though the Raider Nation still wants Aiden O'Connell to start. So, that is proving that Josh McDaniels, whether you like it or not, is a flip-flop, flippity-flop. I don't know what decision to make today. Put on your flip-flops and have a good day. I'm Josh McDaniels. Some people say I'm good. So that means he doesn't believe in Aiden O'Connell even more than he did when he started him last time. That he believes in Brian Hoyer a little bit more than Aiden O'Connell. And we're going into the game with Brian Hoyer, the 14-year veteran, into a game that is still, in my opinion, a must-win. But it's also a trap game. So, what this does to Raider Nation is if they played Aiden O'Connell and we lost, everybody would blame Aiden O'Connell. They would still hate Brian Hoyer regardless. And they would still not like Jimmy Garoppolo. And if we ended up losing, it would just be a mess for everybody's psyche. But this way, Josh McDaniels plays his guy, Brian Hoyer, and if Brian Hoyer does look bad or doesn't play good or whatever the case may be, for another game, he can say, you know what? I learned my lesson with Garoppolo. I learned my lesson with Hoyer. You know what? I'm just now officially going to give AOC4 another shot. So, that's what's going on. Now, in my honest opinion, who gives us the better chance to win? It's Brian Hoyer. And I agree with this decision. I don't like the way he goes about his business. One week it's this player, the next week it's that player. One week it's Jacoby Myers, the next week it's, Jacoby Myers, and then the next week it should be Devontae, then it's Jacoby Myers. And then Michael Mayer doesn't play in any game for 5 games, and then all of a sudden he has like 7 catches for 75 yards. Don't understand what's happening. I don't think Josh McDaniels knows how to change. I don't think he ever will change. I don't think he cares in any fashion to make an offense built around his players. And that's what saddens me, is he's still holding on to the notion that his way works. Even in victories of 2 or 3 or 4 points, his damn egotistical mind says, that was because of me and my game planning. It struggled, but it worked. So as long as it works and the players play better, we can get the W's in a bigger fashion every week. Even in his post-game locker speech, Josh McDaniels comes out and says, we never have to apologize for a win. How did that even come up in a victory speech? We're never going to apologize for a victory. Were you thinking about it? Is pressure getting to you that much that you get one victory from Max Crosby and the defense? You get a victory by 3 points or 2 points or whatever the heck it was? That you feel that you're vindicated? That you don't have to apologize for a victory? You have to apologize for the victory. Yes, you do. You have to apologize for your part or lack thereof in that victory. That's all I'm going to say about that. Brian Hoyer gives us the best chance to win versus the Bears. But that being said, This game is a trap game. This game is a trap game. And if the Raiders become Raiders, we're going to lose to a quarterback out of Division 1A or whatever it is, and all hell will break loose for the Raiders in all aspects of our organization. That being said, it's not going to happen. I've read the NFL script. The Raiders get a victory again this week. Barely. Barely. So, the Raiders win this game 23-17. That is still a very slight victory, in my opinion, by not even 7 points or more. But we at least scored 23, and that'll bring our average offense scoring to 17 or 18 points a game. Maybe 17. We're at 16 now, and that'll probably bring it to 17 points a game, which is not good. But we get a victory, 23-17 versus the Bears, and I'm not going to keep asking for it, but the Tyree Wilson Shaq was supposed to come 2-3 weeks ago versus the Chargers, but it didn't. Will it happen in this game? No, I read the script wrong. That being said, I think some of y'all need to put in your bets that it's going to be a closer game than the experts predict. Will Devontae go over 100 yards? He will not. But he'll have like 7 for 88 and a score. Will Josh Jacobs go for over 100? He will finally go for over 100. Josh Jacobs will. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's 30-minute video. Please watch the game. It's a 10 a.m. game, Pacific time, which is really early. And enjoy. The Raiders get a victory. We go 4-3. Then starts the really bad run. Or it doesn't. We've got a few teams on our schedule that we should be able to beat if we can improve from week to week. I'm Mikey at Raider. Hope you guys had a good time. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. Give me your predictions below. Let me know your thoughts on any of the things that I said today. If I'm wrong, if I'm full of BS, or if it's facts and you agree. I always like being on that side. And just a reminder, for the Lions game, I will be going live, so get your wallets ready. I will be drinking, and I'll probably buy some more chicken legs, and you guys can tip me to get drunk and eat chicken legs, or maybe meatballs. I'm going to do something. I'm going to make it an event. Please come and join me for that live stream versus the Lions on Monday Night Football. And I'll see you then. And then I'll definitely see you guys on a post-game aftermath video, probably on Monday afternoon. I love y'all. Go Raiders. I'm a Raider for life. And people are going to love how I end this. And write in the comments below, go, oh, great. Right, oh, great if you stayed this long. But I was watching Derek Carr on Thursday Night Football without my blinders. You know, when he played with the Raiders, I had my blinders on because I like the guy as a human being. Yeah, he struggles on a lot of occasions. But he kind of almost got a victory at the end. But sometimes his players are effing up just as much. He's been showing too much emotion, and he needs to relax and chill and play within his positive mindset in order to get some victories with his Saints. I wanted the Saints to win, not because I'm a Derek Carr fan, because they were playing the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars are in the AFC, and if by any miracle the Raiders went deep or into the playoffs, we might face the Jaguars at one point, or there might be a tiebreaker for a wild card or something, so I wanted the Saints to win. So, But yeah, I noticed a few things about Derek Carr that I didn't before. And it was eye-opening. But I still love the guy. I'm rooting for the best for him. And I'm rooting better for Brian Hoyer, Aiden O'Connell, and our Raiders. I love y'all. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. And I'll see ya on the next one. But bump, flip-flop, McDaniels is a flip-flop.